So good to have all of you here. Just before coming on stage, I typed on ChatGPT how to turn a 40-minute session into 30 minutes, which is Ankit's brief to me, right? So ChatGPT turned a blank, right? So let's start. As you can see, in terms of just the head count, AI is already winning against HI. So Rajesh and Sahil, all the best. The way we'll do it is quickly for the audience here. There are two bells here on each side, right? So we'll start with humans here on the HI side. So with your opening statement, and while listening to them, if the three of you do feel, Alessandro, Vishal, and Arun, that you do not agree to what they're saying, feel free to just make a sound with the bell in front of you, right? I will let them finish, and then I'll come straight to you, and you can make your rebuttal, right? As simple as that. All the best. And like Danish mentioned, we do want the tempers to really flare up here, yeah? And we want you guys to also really join us. That's why we wanted to just, jig this up slightly more and then make a new format here. Okay, cool. Starting with you, Rajesh. So what do you think? What's your human take on what is happening in the world of AI? What are we seeing around us?
Check. So thank you so much. I'm very, very excited to be in this forum. And so one thing, since I'm talking towards the human intelligence part of it, one thing which is very evident, it would make us nervous. This is one ability or the skill which certainly I would not have it. Presently in my situation, I'm excited at the same time, very nervous as well. Now, let me throw some insights about what's going on, then we would dive into it. So as a whole concept of AI, it's been there for close to about 7-8 decades, initially founded in 1950s, and which as an academic discipline. From there on, it has come a long way over the years to reach where it is today. And over the years, we have kind of witnessed massive transformation and a significant advancement in the AI space. All of this has happened because thanks to there is massive technology adoptions which has happened in India across the globe. The other significant which has kind of added too much is from last 2 decades, it's been an informative age. There are enough and more data, which is the user data which has been created, through which it kind of gave us AI and the developers a big push in terms of the advancement of the AI. Now, there have been there is a mixed sentiments among the people. Even before we started, Danish was also saying whether to somebody to lean towards the AI, which would take away jobs and all of that. That some bit of apprehension is there. At the other end, this would make life easier. And every time what has happened is, if we closely look at the history, how it has evolved, any technology invention, and as part of the evolution process, technology has always made life easier. So though in the initial stages, there would be a sense of apprehensiveness, but when it comes to the adoption over the years, when we look back, we would see that this is the best thing that could ever happen to humanity. So we are in the similar state out of this. Now, before I would jump into actual topic, I would like to narrate, but tell you a small story, which I was just doing some bit of research. I found this is very, very interesting one. I thought I would emphasize on this. This is a story of the refrigeration. When refrigeration was invented, the organization or a person made some amount of money. Whereas the large amount of money was made by Coca-Cola company by making use of refrigeration, through which they built an empire. So we are in a similar context. We are at a similar state where there are so many AI tools which exist, which is, in this context, AI tools can be viewed as a refrigeration. And we as end users, here is an opportunity for us to make use of this AI tool and build the next empire. So with that, I would like to pass on the statement. Yeah.
Arun, go for it.
Yeah, I think you should come over to this side. Yeah.
Okay, Arun, no rebuttal from this side? Yeah, Vishal, go for it, come on.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? Okay. So I can add also, and maybe I would like to modify also what you basically said. AI, yes, it has been into the market for many years, and we have seen many initial versions also. Nowadays, it's in buzz, or buzzword, or especially like what we are seeing this year is about the generative AI, what we're talking about, ChatGPT and all. There's a basic difference, especially from academia, where most of the people are here. they can relate. The things are changing nowadays. AI was supposed to be giving update or response what we are feeding them, like in a set of inputs and all. And generative is primarily which is topping up the response or the feeder which we had given to them. And what people are talking about is now ChatGPT, which is part of the generative AI, which people are really fearing that they will, if it is coming to the mainstream, it will take away most of the jobs, especially which India is known for. That's a topic probably we would be talking about here, and not maybe the description. So over to you, Saleen and Rajesh.
Sahil, I think my hopes rest on you to really push this back. Yeah, Sahil, go for it.
Okay, so this is meant to be provocative. We want to make it extremely fiery.
Now we are talking.
And to make it very fiery, since childhood, we have always believed in majority. And majority wins. Show me one person or show me one AI that's in the room today. They're all humans. And therefore, we win by majority.
I think that deserves a round of applause quickly.
If it was AI there, you should have had ChatGPT sitting with you on your side. I don't see any of you all with ChatGPT. I'm very sorry to say.
Yeah.
Vishal, I can see your ears turn red. Go for it. Yeah.
No, please. I have spoken maybe.
Yeah, I think there are 600 people in this room, you were telling me. Yep. So I think there are 600 mobile phones which is having ChatGPT in them.
Yeah.
But no one is using
About
them.
to say that.
No one's using them, not even you.
No, perhaps it's using without you knowing.
Sorry?
Perhaps they're using them without knowing.
Life doesn't live on perhaps.
Yep.
Life lives on right here, right now. Show me.
No, I'm sure.
Is your answer backed by ChatGPT or by your natural intelligence?
I'm sure when you came to this place, you used Google Maps.
No, I didn't.
Yep.
I stay in
So-
the same place.
Yes. Lucky you. Yeah. But that's one example how artificial intelligence is actually there, being there. And I think we've reached an era where probably we will not go back.
Sorry, I want to rebut you since he said make it very fiery. If I don't know how to use Google Maps as a human being, what is AI going to do for me? So who is more intelligent, HI, human intelligence, or AI, artificial intelligence? Bring it on, my friend, bring it on.
Yeah.
See, nowadays phones
Sahil is my
are
best friend right
becoming
now.
more and more intelligent. Even though when I start my car, my phone
Who
can tell
built the
like
bot?
how
Vishal,
long.
Who built the bot?
Who will?
Bots are becoming intelligent. Who built the bot? I built the bot. You built the bot. You and I are humans.
Yeah. Now
Humans over AI.
Yeah. Now we are at the stage where they are increasing their knowledge as well as the way they are responding. So that's the problem or the point we are talking about here. When as I was saying, like the example I was giving, phones are getting so intelligent. When I start my car, the phone can tell, like, how far I am from my home also by calculating everything. And I don't have to search where I live as well as, how far I'm at the place. So that kind of AI, we are already using it. Now, many of us are, and all of us have phone. The phones nowadays using this AI, preliminary AI, can find out which pictures which are stored on my phone are mine, which are of my spouse or the kids and who all. These are all primitive AI which we have been using for many years. And now we're at the stage where we are moving ahead.
Sorry, Vishal. You spoke about spouse.
Yeah.
And my intelligence stopped right there.
So you don't
I'll
have
tell
good,
you why.
you
Let
don't
me
have good
explain
luck
why.
there.
Let me explain why. You said you will get to know from AI how much is the distance. But can AI tell us the mood of your spouse right now? AI can't. You can tell us who is more intelligent.
Vishal, speechless. What
no
will
one
happen
can,
next?
No one can say that. But let's move on.
A good one. And I really liked how Arun from Nokia started his point with a mobile phone. Great plugin. And then the conversation went along. Alessandro, just bringing you in, from an education perspective, how do you think AI is sort of coming into the ecosystem that you are in charge of? Yeah.
I think we are at the beginning of real AI, so we are not seeing it yet. And it's a huge wave that will improve our lives dramatically. From education point of view, it's going to be amazing because it will leave space for better things, more profound things, more human things. They will have more
Did he
time.
just say human? He just said human, right? Yeah. Alessandro, please come. Human is this side.
Yeah, no, I don't deny that, but AI will really help us take the basic decisions much better without repetitive work, the transcripts of the lessons, the gradings, and everything. So I think we will not be able to do without it very, very soon.
Nice, nice. Just a quick question for the audience. How many of you, just raise of hands, in the last 1 week have used ChatGPT at least once at your workplace or otherwise, right? Okay, I'm really disappointed that the human side, Sahil was raising his hand. But yeah, coming to you, Rajesh, any other build up on the refrigeration story, and what are the negative pointers that you see with this development?
Okay, so there are multiple ways to look at it, right? I mean, if we consider our real time, some of the points which Sahil made, right? At a personal context, whether it is enabling, whether I'm adopting, it's a debatable thing. But when it comes to the education part of it, or when it comes to the workplace, see, one of the biggest apprehension or the sentiments is out on the workplace, whether it would take away our jobs or it would kind of enhance the thing, or is it we are in that state where we could build an empire or it would collapse, right? In this perspective, right, one of the significant aspects, if you look at the human intelligence part of it, right, over the years, from the evolution of the humanity, what has really added value to the whole ecosystem in building enterprise business is all about 5 important aspects. As a human, the emotional intelligence is of paramount importance, because that is something where only the human has a special ability to manage and understands emotion, as well as understand and empathize with others' emotion. This would kind of really add value at the workplace in terms of communicating effectively, building relationship, making collaboration, which are very, very critical at the workplace, right? But I mean, again, I would like to leave to my other panels to talk more in terms of what is the impact or the negative impact which would add up. Then probably we could share our viewpoints in terms of how certain aspects are very important on this.
And also, how does AI bring in emotions, which Rajesh was talking about? How does it handle it?
That is already happening. There are devices and there are things that capture the emotions, even what one wants to speak. This is happening also. So I think it will be really in the interaction, in the more in the creative space, that we will be critical as humans, but AI is going to take a lot of the space that we are actually doing. So it's again, like it happened with digitization, upskilling, and if you don't upskill, you will be crashed by the machines.
So talking of emotions, like a question again for the audience, how many of you think AI could host the show and the day-to-day like Danish, like what he did since morning? Can AI replace Danish? Danish is raising his hand because he would have liked to get paid without doing anything. That's why. But otherwise, I think nobody believes that, right? So Sahil, what do you think? Do you agree? Yeah? Yeah. What else? So Sahil, coming to you. So regarding recruitment and talent, hunt that you are, that's your day job, right? What do you think that JD, will that get impacted by AI as we go along? Or is it already getting impacted? Are you using AI for recruitment in any way or planning to?
See, I think the fundamental challenge that we as humans face is we always do black or white. But life is all about 50 shades of gray. Yeah? What's very, very important to note is that AI will coexist, but AI will not take over. Think of it classically, right? Humans created AI. AI started talking in a language that none of us could understand. We told them to shut up. Everyone knows of the Mark Zuckerberg case. And therefore, I'm saying life is not about this or that. Life is about this and that.
I do agree, but one of the main strengths of AI is the unbiased decisions. So then you have empathy, you have social whatever, but AI is strong in unbiased decisions. That's where AI is strong, A or B.
Alessandro, actually, it's great that you bring in the topic of bias. Vishal, I wanted to come to you. Like, let's say we leave the recruitment to AI, right? AI systems. Can we actually take care of bias? Will bias be taken care of if it always just recycles basis past executions and algo? What do you think?
Yeah, so AI is not untouched of bias, what we have seen previously, but yes, it is getting stronger and stronger. In last 10 years, we have seen the data which we feed is being generated by us only, like, as human side. And we have seen big example like which happened in US couple of or a few years back, where in one of the hospital, the white community examples or samples were much more higher. So the AI system started thinking that like that is the main base of the way it is supposed to deliver. Or which is very, very obvious and easy available is on the Google, when you search or type CEO, most of the example samples coming out from male dominant CEO fraternity. Or like in one of the company which was represented here today, when they started using it in recruitment, the language which they were using, dominated language words which they were using, the AI system started recognizing it and started making it more favorable for male community again, and they had to cancel that AI program also. But again, having said it, that isn't past. There have been biased, and this depend on, again, like who is using AI end of the day. And in case we are able to watch, we are able to test these tools much in advance and in continuation. And if both the human members of the team and AI members are both reporting, giving visibility to the HR leaders, I think there is a scope to balance it out. End of the day, it is not going to stop. We have to utilize it into our day-to-day stuff, or like when the Microsoft Copilot will get launched. It's going to be very drastic change in our day-to-day working.
Yes.
Yeah. So to kind of add on to what he's been saying, I'd like to give a technology perspective and to let know that AI may be doing things without even us knowing about it. Yeah. So we at Nokia, we are developing software, and we are developing hardware and software for the latest generation of technology, 5G. So do you know, as per the 5G standards, the requirements, how many devices need to be connected per square kilometer? Any guess? Yeah, the answer is only 1 million. Yeah, 1 million devices per square kilometer. Now in telecom networks, what we do is every 15 minutes, we download the call quality records of the number of users in that cell. And if there's something which is, not matching, we see that there's a lot of call drops. Immediately we take some decision whether we should transmit more power on the transmitter or take care of how to handle the channel drop. Now imagine 1 million users, and it's only going to increase. Yeah, very soon we're going to start working on 6G, where the requirement is 1 billion, devices per square kilometer. So can you even think of a human being able to take a decision for 1 million or 1 billion devices? Yep. There you see the scale is just impossible for a human to manage, or for even a program to manage. That's where the power of AI comes. And we're already having solutions now where it's able to gather the data, make sense of it, detect patterns, and also do the corrective actions. Yeah. One other example, just look at the stock market trading. The Bombay Stock Exchange, they report 1.4 million transactions per day. Yep. It's humanly impossible for somebody to keep checking all these 1.4 million and trying to see that where is something fishy happening. What is which company trying to do? Are they trying to game the system? And do we need to impose a circuit breaker or so on? So I think the context we're talking about is not you're putting a human versus a cold computer which is not on, but just the scale. Yeah. And here I think we do need the technology to manage this kind of scale. And here's where there's no way you can compete with AI.
Yeah, yes, and I'm a marketer, right? So every time I hear someone speak in favor of AI, I don't know why, just like you did, the conversation shifts towards scale and efficiency. What about creativity, without which we just can't survive, right? So will AI ever deliver on that front?
Long back there was a famous story by R.K. Narayan called The Vendor of Sweets. And there the main character's son comes back from the US and says that, Dad, I've just, I've heard about this story writing machine. Yeah. So it'll write stories and I want you to invest in it. Yeah. So that was fiction. 50, 60 years ago. But today you're in a state where you just tell AI to write a romantic novel and it'll do so. Yeah, so many chapters in books are actually being written by AI, where it's understanding what is, what it means to write a comedy serial, what it means to write a script for a political thriller. And so you see, it has reached that stage.
See, I would completely against to one of the statement which you made, right? In terms of whether it could throw the creativity, so technically what happens is all the data which is coming out as a generative AI is based on the data which is fed into the system, right? Where one of the creative story which you spoke about, then again, this is completely a pool of stories which has been into it, and eventually it would throw out a story. Now, one of the best ability, what the human intelligence would have, right? So there is a flip side to both of it in terms of having AI has its own strength, at the same time it has its own limitation. In a similar way, the human intelligence has its own strength and a limitation. One of the limitations the humans would have is, do we have the ability to process a massive amount of data at scale is something which is certainly questionable, and it's very, very difficult. In a similar way, the biggest strength what comes in the human intelligence is the creative and the innovative thinking, which can never come in because that is not something which is generated. It has its limitation, the way the algorithms are designed in such a way that it works on certain patterns based on the data which is fed into it. See, that's where if as an individual, at an enterprise, at a life, if we are using AI and human intelligence in tandem, we will be able to make a massive impact in terms of whichever the phase of the life which we are in.
I think that's the point we are discussing. We are at the inflection point where the situation is moving towards where ChatGPT or AI tools are generating their own creativity, and they are getting into the domain of writing, like in academic purpose also. How you would be able to segregate whether this answer has come from ChatGPT or someone has written on own. So that's what the problem we will be facing in the coming time, and it is very much real. What he just told, that it will be in very near future also.
Fair, cool.